Hi everyone, and welcome to my video on the ozone layer. In this video, I'm going to talk about what happened to the ozone layer, why it's called ozone, its impact on Earth, and the scientific background of the ozone layer. What is the ozone layer? The ozone layer is a region of Earth's stratosphere that absorbs most of the sun's ultraviolet UV radiation. It contains high concentrations of ozone O3 relative to other parts of the atmosphere, although still small in relation to other gases in the stratosphere. The ozone layer contains less than 10 parts per million of ozone, while the average ozone concentration in Earth's atmosphere as the whole is about 0.3 parts per million. The ozone layer is mainly found in the lower portion of the stratosphere, from approximately 20 to 30 kilometers 12 to 19 miles above Earth, although its thickness varies seasonally and geographically. Why is it called ozone? The name ozone comes from the Greek word ozion, which means to smell. Ozone has a distinctive pungent odor that can be detected at concentrations as low as 0.03 parts per million. What is the impact of ozone on Earth? The ozone layer is essential for life on Earth. It absorbs most of the sun's UV radiation, which is harmful to living things. UV radiation can cause skin cancer, cataracts, and immune system suppression. It can also damage plants and crops. Scientific background. 1839. Christian Schonbein was a German chemist who discovered ozone in 1839. He was studying the properties of oxygen when he noticed that a spark produced a pungent odor. He identified this odor as ozone. 1926. Gordon Dobson invents the Dobson spectrophotometer. 1974. Mario Molina and Sherwood Rowland publish a paper in Nature that theorizes that CFCs can destroy the ozone layer. 1985. Joseph Farman, Brian Gardner, and Jonathan Shanklin publish a paper in Nature that documents the first large ozone hole over Antarctica. 1987. The Montreal Protocol is signed, an international agreement to phase out the production and use of CFCs. 2000. The ozone hole reaches its maximum size. 2015. The ozone layer is healing, but it is not yet fully recovered. What happened to the ozone layer? In the 1970s, scientists began to notice that the ozone layer was thinning over Antarctica. This thinning was caused by the release of chlorofluorocarbons CFCs into the atmosphere. CFCs are chemicals that are used in refrigerators, air conditioners, and other products. When CFCs reach the stratosphere, they break down and release chlorine atoms. These chlorine atoms react with ozone molecules, destroying them. In 1985, Joseph Farman, Brian Gardner, and Jonathan Shanklin published a paper in the journal Nature that documented the first large ozone hole over Antarctica. This discovery the Chapman cycle. The Chapman cycle is a chemical reaction that explains how ozone is formed and destroyed in the stratosphere. The cycle begins with the reaction of oxygen molecules O2 with ultraviolet radiation. These oxygen atoms then react with molecular oxygen to form ozone O3. Ozone can also be destroyed by reacting with chlorine atoms. Dobson spectrophotometer. The Dobson spectrophotometer is an instrument that is used to measure the amount of ozone in the atmosphere. It was invented by Gordon Dobson in 1926. Dobson spectrophotometers are still used today to monitor the ozone layer. Scientists predict that the ozone layer will be fully recovered by the middle of the 21st century if the Montreal Protocol is fully implemented. The Montreal Protocol is an international agreement that was signed in 1987 to phase out the production and use of ozone-depleting substances. Odds. The ozone layer is expected to recover at different rates in different parts of the world. The ozone layer over the Arctic is expected to recover by the early 2030s, and the ozone layer over the Antarctic is expected to recover by the mid-2050s. The recovery of the ozone layer is good news for all life on Earth. The ozone layer protects us from harmful UV radiation, which can cause skin cancer, cataracts, and immune system suppression. It can also damage plants and crops. However, it is important to continue to protect the ozone layer even after it has fully recovered. This is because odds can remain in the atmosphere for many years, and they can continue to deplete the ozone layer even after they are no longer being produced. We can all help to protect the ozone layer by using ozone-friendly products such as refrigerators and air conditioners that do not use CFCs, supporting organizations that are working to protect the ozone layer. By working together, we can ensure that the ozone layer remains healthy for generations to come. Conclusion: the ozone layer is a vital part of Earth's atmosphere. It protects us from harmful UV radiation. In the 1970s, scientists discovered that the ozone layer was thinning due to the release of CFCs into the atmosphere. A global effort was launched to reduce the use of CFCs, and the ozone layer is now recovering. However, it is important to continue to protect the ozone layer so that it can continue to protect us from harmful UV radiation. Thank you for watching.